Welcome to WildHER Wisdom, the podcast where bold meets brilliant and wisdom gets a little wild. Join us as we dive deep into real conversations about life, leadership, creativity, and everything in between. We're here to spark laughter, light up inspiration, and celebrate the wild and wise woman inside you. Whether you're chasing your dreams, finding your balance, or just in need of a good laugh, you're right where you belong. Let's jump into today's journey together. This is WildHER Wisdom.
Today we're talking about something almost every woman has experienced, but a lot of us don't admit it. It's making friends as an adult. It sounds like it should be easy, but somewhere between careers, kids, families, responsibilities, and just lifing, finding people to hang out with can sometimes be surprisingly hard. But our guest today is doing something about that. Ciya Hawkins is the founder of The Social Introvert, a community that's helping women step outside their comfort zone. Mary and I have done that, so we know, meet new friends, and rediscover what genuine connection actually feels like. From movie nights to walks to our personal favorite, I'm speaking for Mary and I together, Mumus and Margaritas. She's creating spaces where women can show up exactly as they are and feel a little less alone. Ciya, we are so glad you are here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for coming to Mumus and Margaritas. I'm so happy to have met you guys. It was so much fun that night.
It really was. Let's start at the beginning, though. What was happening in your life that made you think women need this?
So I went to a speed dating event in college and was like, I would do that again. And then I thought I would also do that as like making friends, like speed friending. Somebody around me needs to host a speed friending so I can go. And I thought that for maybe a week or so. And then one night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and was like, you know what? I'm going to host the speed friending. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I got on my phone and I was looking through Pinterest and all kinds of stuff, trying to come up with different ideas of starting a business that would be a safe space for women to make friends outside of work.
Wow, that is wonderful. So your group is called The Social Introvert, which I love because a lot of us feel that tension. How did the name come about? Was it at that 3 a.m.
Um,
aha moment?
I think so. I think it's kind of like how I describe myself. I feel like I don't like to talk. I don't want to stand in front of everybody with a microphone and be that person. But with my people, I'll do that. In small groups, in groups that I feel comfortable, I'm perfectly fine with being extra social. So I feel like there's a lot of other women that feel the same way. That I don't want to go to like a club that there's this like a lot of like I get overstimulated. There's people everywhere, the loud music. How am I supposed to make a friend if you can't even hear me talk? So I like small groups. We do stuff together and have like genuine conversation. And that's just kind of how we ended up with the social introvert.
Do you think women are lonelier today than they were like 10, 20 years ago?
Yes, I think that our phones have done such a harm to us. Like a lot of women, I'll talk to 10 girls a day on Instagram, but none of them are close enough for me to be able to go and have a drink with after work. We're not A lot of women aren't open to having friendships with the women they work with as well, just because sometimes relationships get messy and you don't want to harm your working relationship because y'all had an issue at a bar or at a movie night or something like that. So I think that that definitely has played a big part of the fact that we have phones but communicate less. It has just turned into like a huge issue amongst women and people in general.
It's so true. Studies have shown that your generation is the loneliest generation, which is fascinating. It used to be, the boomers or the silent generation, whoever was the eldest generation. And you all are so connected. We're all so connected, but so disconnected. And it's like hard to wrap your mind around how much we're connecting with people on Facebook or TikTok or what have you, but from you know, our little chair in our home or whatever, and we're not getting that social connection. It's just mind boggling. It's so wild.
Yeah,
So wild.
sit on my couch and scroll for hours and hours, switch apps, talk to people, comment on things, and it's just me by myself, not really having any like real connection with anyone.
Yeah. Wow. So Mary and I came to Mumus and Margaritas and we had a blast with a capital B. We really walked in like not knowing what to expect. And within minutes, you were there, your sisters were there, ladies were coming in, introducing one another. We were laughing, making space for each other. And it felt like really intentional. How do you create environments where women feel safe enough to put themselves out there and connect so quickly?
I think my biggest thing is trying to give people one the space to be uncomfortable, but also giving you like icebreakers on the table or try to have activities that make everybody talk to each other. I think the biggest part of making the space as comfortable as possible is greeting people as soon as they get there. Like I know you saw my TikTok. Here I am in real life, and here's all the things we're doing tonight. Find anywhere to sit. You don't have to sit with the people you came with. Just encouraging ladies to talk to somebody that they don't know. And then even sometimes in the middle of events, I've went over it's Mumus and Margaritas. There was a girl scrolling on her phone watching reels on Facebook, and I went and whispered in her ear, you can watch those reels when you get home. Go make a friend. Let her put her phone away. So it's just things like just things like that that I try to. If I do it, then maybe you'll do it, and then we'll all do it together, and nobody will feel weird about talking to somebody they don't know.
Well, and
Right.
you're right. Like what you said, like you had like icebreakers and games. And then what I loved is like, I don't know what the cadence was, but then there'd be like a group game. Musical chairs was hands down the funniest thing ever. And I'm so glad that your grandma won. I was worried about her getting out
Uh,
there because those ladies were cut.
Which was somebody else's idea. Like I had a different game planned, and they were like, "Can we play musical chairs?" Absolutely. Why
I
not?
loved it. It was so much fun. What do you think the biggest misconception is about introverts?
That introverts don't want to do anything fun, that you don't want to talk, that all you want to do is sit alone. Because to be an introvert doesn't mean you like to be lonely. It's that I don't want the microphone. I don't want to be the center of attention, but I'll talk to my people. I just have to find my people. And I think that's one of the biggest goals of the social introvert is to give women spaces to find their people.
I like to call myself an introverted extrovert. Do you think that's a real thing?
Yes, absolutely. I think I've met more people who say introverted, extrovert, and I think it's kind of like synonyms. It's basically what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Like you're a extrovert when you need to be, or when
Hmm.
you.
Is there such a thing as an extroverted extrovert? Because I may fall into that category. Although what's funny though, I do love social stuff. Like I've been to social stuff with both of you, and I just I collect people. I love meeting new people. I have not met a stranger who I didn't want them to be my friend yet. But I love being at home. So I love hosting at home because like all my stuff is here. And so I'm like a homebody, but I love having people around.
Yeah, I definitely that's one of my goals. Like when I finally branch out and get my own house, like I'm gonna host something at least once a month, and everybody just come over and hang out. We watch TV, play a game. Like I like the small group, like the connection of it. I would rather do that or go to brunch than go to a club and have to, spend a bunch of money on drinks and screaming at each other and your ears are ringing when you get in the car. All that stuff I would rather do at home.
Right. So a lot of women tell themselves everyone already has their friend group. What would you say to the woman who's afraid that she'll say something awkward or, doesn't want to do one-on-one stuff at events?
That we're all awkward. Everybody's awkward in their own way, and you just have to get past it. Like you have to like say the awkward thing and say, "Oh, why did I say that?" And then just keep going because there's so many women who are having the same thought of, "Well, I'm too. Where else am I supposed to make friends at? I'm too old to make friends." It's just you get complacent in the thought of like, "Well, this is just what I do. This is what my life is now." And you have to step out of your routine to give yourself a different thing to do, to a different avenue to find some new friends.
Yeah, and
I'm
seasons change, right, Mir? Like we're we're a little bit older than you, Kaya. We were manufactured in the late 1900s, but seasons change, and some friends are in your life for a season, and it's time to, maybe you've grown, maybe your interests have changed, and
Mhm.
so finding friends is like a lifetime thing that we do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I definitely feel like me personally, I had this group of friends in college and we were always together and we were get together every day and we did all different kinds of just random things. And then we graduated, and especially with COVID, like half of us having to graduate on a slideshow, that we all just disbanded and never talked again. And now I'm like, okay, now I have no friends. And the friends that I do talk to all the time, nobody lives in the same city as me. So it's a lot of like having to plan to book a flight or drive an hour and a half to to go see my friends. And that was one of the biggest reasons with me starting the social introvert of hearing other women my age having that same conversation of I'm in my late 20s. How is it that I'm going to the gym, going to work, and going home? Like I need something else to do that isn't go to a bar. So
it's unique to watch things change too. My mom is 86 years old. And until he passed away, my dad was her best friend, her life. She never had female, really close friends. Now she lives in a neighborhood, a small condo with a lot of widows and widowers, and they are like a bunch of college kids.
yeah.
It's so great to watch her have best friends. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So I really love that you're helping bring people together.
Yes, and it's kind of like I think I've started it for myself, but also started it for other people because
Yeah.
I feel like I want to do things with other women. I want to do random stuff. I want to go and go to a serial killer speakeasy. I want to go to the movies. I want to go just anything. I want to go see some plays. Like I want to do stuff that I don't normally do in my everyday. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of like TV shows and movies of all these groups of women that get and like go do stuff together. I'm gonna create that because I want to do a girls trip, but I can't go by myself.
We'll take a trip with you. Have you watched friendships form that probably never would have happened without your community? Do you have a story you can share about that?
Yes, there are two girls that met. We actually did like a just like sometimes we do like just little break off things. So not necessarily just like an event I'm hosting, but we also have a group me. So I'll say in the group me like, hey, for this was Galentine's Day. Like we're gonna meet up at the Lance and Shuffle and everybody just come and hang out. And two of the girls that met there, they're together all the time now. They are getting drinks, going to concerts. One of them just got engaged and they're taking pictures together at the engagement party. That made me so happy because they've both said to me like we would have never met each other like if we didn't have this another event to go to together. Even me personally, there's a couple girls that I talk to at events, and now we're together all the time. We go walking like maybe once or twice a week. And last night, 11 of us went to dinner at Art and Jake's and just sat and talked, and it was so much fun. And we're already like talking about, okay, what restaurant are we going to next? What movie does everybody want to see? So I think a lot of that is happening behind the scenes that people are making connections because that's one of the biggest goals with my with the social introvert is not that you say, "Oh, I had so much fun tonight." I want people to be able to walk away with a new follower on Instagram, a new phone number, maybe go to dinner. That's what the goal is, not just, "Oh, I'm having fun right now." That you make a connection that lasts longer than the event.
Yeah, I mean, might I say this is the third time I've hung out with Kaya since the Mumus and Marg, so we're making connections here too. So women spend so much time taking care of other people, and you know this. We've talked about this. You know how much time children take and family. Why do you think friendship is the first thing that we sacrifice as women?
Because you have to do everything for everybody else first. I'll figure out me once everybody else is fine. And there's a lot of that's also one of my biggest goals, not just hosting the events, but building a community that you can come back to. So yeah, you do have all these things you have to take care of, but there's always a space for you to come back to make a new friend, to find a new connection. And as women, we we put ourselves last. Like I'll figure me out, but I have to make sure all of the things I'm juggling are okay first. And that's a huge detriment to us at all ages, because I feel like I do it myself, and I have no husband, no kids, nothing like that, but it's like I have to make sure everything's ready for work. My sisters have track meets. I have to make sure that I'm at the track meets. We do family dinner. We got football games. And then I come home and I just like collapse on the couch because I'm exhausted and my social battery is at negative 500.
There are times when you go to an event and maybe you're just kind of having a day and it's hard for you to pull out the usual you, right? So you need a little courage. What have these women taught you about courage?
Like I said, I don't like having the microphone. So the fact that I have to host events where I have to have the microphone, I have to tell myself that if these women are willing to buy a ticket to an event that they don't know me, they don't know what we're doing in here, if they can take a chance and come make a new friend, I have to be able to at least say something. So that's been the biggest part for me, is knowing that these women are looking for a space to make a friend, and I have to make that space as fun as possible and encourage as much as connection as I possibly can.
Yes. So sometimes people think community just magically happens. I always say, my friends that are single that want to date, no one's going to actually come knock on your door and ask you for a date. You're going to have to get out of your house, right? What have you learned? What have you learned about what actually makes people feel like they belong?
Um, Maybe just having similarities with women you wouldn't think you had similarities with. So when I did the speed friending, I put a set of questions on the table just so you had questions that you if you couldn't think of anything to talk about, there was an opportunity for you to be able to just look down and find something else. And maybe you make a connection off of one of those questions, and now you're continuing to talk about something else. So I think the biggest part of it is just giving people time and the space to keep talking, talk about something else. And when I host the events, I usually like to ask a question at some point and say, like, now talk to somebody else about it, and just trying to open as much conversation as possible to help people find the similarities with the women around them, even if it's not like a deep connection. Maybe you like the same show, and now we turn the same show until we like the same foods and we like the same restaurants, and there's a relationship that can bloom there than a deeper connection than that.
It's so important because we are living in such divided times that
Mhm.
we automatically look for what divides us. And if we are really intentional, we generally have more in common with people than we have differences, but you have to do it intentionally. So I love that.
Yeah.
It's so true for you and I, Shelley. We have the kitchen dance parties, our love of Red Lobster, blowing bubbles on your partio. You find more and more the more you give someone an opportunity to show you who they are. And I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the easiest connections come with activity. You come and you sit down and you talk at a table. Like there needs to be more things happening. And personally, the older I get, the more I want to do stuff like that when I was little. Like the musical chairs made me so happy because I'm like, we're having a play date. This is an adult play date. Everybody's playing games. We were balls all over the place. It was so much fun to just do stuff that you just break up the routine of your life of just doing something else fun.
It was great. I think that it's fun to watch yourself change as you go through these things too. So, how has building this community behind the social introvert changed you personally?
I went from going to the gym, going to work, and going home to last week. I literally had something to do every day. Every day I went to the mixer with Shelley. I went walking. I went to dinner. There was so many different things like that I'm doing now just based off connecting with other people. There's a girl that I was talking to. She's telling me that she has, all these dreams for herself, but she's scared to start. So now later on today, she will be hearing from me because we have to schedule a time for us to talk about when she's going to start this business. Like it's put a little more fire under me to want to. I always want to connect with people, but I think having a group of people that I'm not in charge of, but like that I'm fostering makes me want to like, okay, I have to say something. I have to go do something because that will encourage everybody else to do the same thing.
Yeah, you're demonstrating like you're walking your talk, which is a big deal. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone so other folks will step outside of theirs.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I feel like I keep telling myself. Like you have to do it. The group me will be silent if I don't say something.
Right. I'm on the group me, by the way. It took me a while to figure it out, but I'm on there. So hey,
Yeah.
technology, baby. So Kaya, I think a lot of women confuse being independent with not needing people. What is your take on that?
Yes. That's the take. Because I definitely feel that way myself, especially when I first started with my events. I was very like, this is what the event is going to be, and I'm going to do this, 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 all after I get off work. And then I'm going to try to still work out, and I want to cook dinner. And there's so many things I had this long list of things I'm supposed to be trying to do by myself with the same 24 hours every day and still wanting to sleep more than 3 hours. So that's when I really just had to allow my mom and my sisters to help more than I was prepared for. So I had to be willing to say, this is what I'm trying to do. If somebody could just help me figure out how this is the goal, I need you to help me get there is has been a really big thing for me of having to let go of all of the things I'm trying to keep in the air at the same time to make it what I wanted.
Yes. Many hands make light work.
I'm gonna have to hire a team soon if I keep doing all these events.
If someone has been listening and they're telling themselves, "Oh, this sounds intriguing. I'll make friends someday." What's something they could do this week to take that first step and get started?
So we have our group me, that's the social introvert, and then we also have a Facebook group that is the social introvert, and those are I think there is 200 women in the Facebook group, and I'd say maybe 60 women in the group me right now. And in both groups, we're always talking about different things going on. A couple of the women that we went to dinner with last night haven't even been to events yet. So it's all about just making the connection and being willing to just go do something that sounds like it might be fun to you. Of just finding something random to do and going with the group and just it doesn't have to be a big to do. You just put yourself out there and do one thing and make one friend, and now you have somebody else that you're talking to more often.
I mean, Mary's pretty much my ride or die, but I don't think I've ever got a faster yes from her than when I said, "Do you want to go to a Mumus and Margaritas event?"
Who doesn't love to wear a muumuu? I have three muumuus and I will wear them every day if I could.
I, this is my first summer of Mumus, and I've worn them to Shelley's partio. That's her patio. We call it the partio twice this summer. So when she brought up Mumus, I was like, I'm down. This is good. And then when you go anywhere with Shelley, she is the party. So it makes everything easy.
She knows everyone. We went to the mixer with everybody. Oh, Shelly's great. I love Shelly. I bet. Does she know everyone here? Is this the Shelly?
Yes. Shelley is like Kevin Bacon. There's always 6 degrees or less from Shelley.
Right.
Not, no, listen, I've been trying to get Barack Obama's phone number for years and I haven't got that yet. So I'm not that 6 degrees.
Look, he's probably got yours and he's working up the courage to call. So
Let's just be on a text stream, Obama. Kaya, when women leave your events, what do you hope they're carrying home besides just having a good time?
I hope that they leave with a little bit of extra confidence, a little bit of extra peace, um, a little bit of openness to connecting with somebody that they met that night, that they had so much fun and that they made such a good connection that they have the courage to be the first one to reach out. Because I think that's also a hard part of making friends too. It's like, oh, I talked to her that night. Like, I don't want to be weird. I don't want to, I don't want to text her and ask her, does she want to have dinner with me? That's weird. No, do it. Because she's probably thinking the same thing. Everybody is trying to make friends and also trying not to be awkward. So somebody's gonna have to be awkward so we can be friends.
Yeah,
I
it's a
embrace
good
my
lesson.
awkwardness.
That was a unique experience for me, and I learned a lot of lessons that night. And I do wish I could go back again and have a little more courage to switch tables and talk to other people. And I just took home a lot of interesting messages and ideas from that event. So I'm excited to come to another one in my mumu.
I need to have another Mumu event. I said something else. I haven't found another M to go with it. Like we did Mumus and Margaritas. Now we do like Mumus and moon pies. Like I don't know.
I'm down for that. There also are mimosas.
I'm down for the mumus and mimosas too. I'm here for it. All right. This is our favorite time, Ciya, of WildHER Wisdom, or at least mine. I'm the Lorax. I'm speaking for Mary and I. It may not be her favorite time, but this is what we call our WildHER no filter finale. So we're just going to give you a question and just like the first thing that comes to mind, that's what's going to be your answer. Okay.
I'm
It's gonna
ready.
be easy peasy. All right. Coffee date or girls' night out?
Girls' night out.
What's one comfort show you could watch over and over?
Law and Order SVU.
Oh, yes. Dun, 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 dun. If you could have dinner with any woman, living or gone, who would it be?
Probably Kiki Palmer. She's so fun. Every time I watch her podcast or anything she's in, a commercial, anything, I'm like, I would love to just one dinner.
I have to tell you that from the night I met you and from today, you remind me a lot of Kiki Palmer.
Listen,
Your beauty, your sass, I was thinking that earlier.
thank you. I'm gonna keep trying to put that out into the universe. That she is.
What is one thing you're saying yes to more often these days?
Doing things, doing invitations, because I am very good at like, I'm busy, I have plans, and my plans are too late on the couch.
Yes.
All right. Finish the sentence. Being a WildHER woman means.
Being a WildHER woman means being open to all of the different things that happen as a woman, all of the new things you have to learn and readjust to on a day-to-day basis.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we always like to end with this. What's one piece of wisdom you hope every woman listening today remembers after this conversation?
You're never too old to make a new friend.
Oh, yes. Ciya, thank you so much for spending time with us today. I really do love what you're building because it's about so much more than events. It goes beyond age. There were women of all ages. You're bringing women together, and it's really about giving us a space to belong. And I know our listeners are walking away with a little more courage to say yes to a connection. If people want to find the social introvert, attend an event, or follow along with what you're doing, where can they find you?
I am on Instagram at __ the social introvert. There's the Facebook group, and then there's also the group me. And I am in the process of working on a website to just have that be a central location of finding the events. This was Miss Shelley told me I need to get a website because everybody has an Instagram, and she said no, they don't. So I need a website. Our next event is August 29th.
Fantastic. If you're listening today, this might be your nudge to send the text, sign up for the event, invite someone to coffee, walk into the room with your head held high. Meaningful friendships don't always happen by accident. They often begin with one brave decision.
WildHERs, thank you for spending part of your day with us. If this conversation made you smile, made you think, or reminded you that you're not alone, we'd love for you to share this episode with another woman who might need to hear it.
And don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, follow WildHER Wisdom wherever you listen to podcasts. Every share helps us reach more women, by the way, with conversations that remind us that we are stronger together.
Until next time, keep living boldly, loving deeply, and never forget you were never meant to do this life alone, ladies. We'll see you next time on WildHER Wisdom.
And just like that, beautiful souls, we've wrapped up another episode of WildHER Wisdom. But don't let the journey end here. Come connect with us. Follow us on Instagram, like our Facebook page, and visit sdandco.com to catch up on episodes, grab extra inspiration, and stay part of the WildHER community. And remember, the conversations here are for your inspiration and empowerment, not professional medical or therapeutic advice. Trust yourself and reach out to qualified pros when you need to. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and keep living your WildHER life. You are powerful, you are wise, and you are absolutely unstoppable.